Hello everyone, good to see you at my English channel again. Somebody may ask why we see you so soon. Because you said you will take a break for some time. You know what? I thought I forgot a summarize all my findings through the 1 year period. I check in one community in city of Wangan, all the community in Richmond Hill, most communities in city of Markham, communities in Aurora, and all communities in the city of Newmarket. It's quite a big, sample data I'm taking. Feel it's greatly enough to represent what the housing market looks like in York region, even in the Greater Toronto area. Don't forget, in each community, we're checking its house types, house age, house price, and other relative house parameters in order to make the analysis and get a conclusion. The conclusion sometimes is too big. Thought the possible result is more appropriate. Some people may ask, what are the analysis or the result for? That's a good question. This data can be used to analyze what happened in the housing market since COVID-19, plus a big amount of primary increase, and possible the future trends for the housing market. Because this time I don't have any, house pictures, so please allow me use my picture as a background throughout my speech. Before talking about this deformed or we say yield housing market, let's talking a little bit about what a normal housing market looks like. In normal housing buying and selling market, the interest rate tends to going up. The house buying and selling market start to cool down. The borrowing cost going up, and more people start to get into the rental market. Because comparing the monthly mortgage and the rental cost, renting a property is becoming a more attractive option. Comparing buying and selling price with rental price in the housing market, that's why they are usually negative relevant. And on the contrary, when the interest rates start to go down, people pay less interest or money from the bank. So at this time, more and more people like to call the house price on a property. As a result, price will go up. More and more potential sellers, bigger profit margin, and would like to list their property for sale. So this time, more and more people would like to buy a property instead of rent a property. Rental market is cooling down, and the rental price decreased. So the same thing, went up and went down between the buying and selling market and the rental market. That's one of what we so-called regular phenomenon in the normal housing market. The other regular phenomenon in the housing market, almost every people knowing very well, so-called location, and location. What it means, basically, according to the locations area, house type, house age, lot size, transportation, so amenity or not, and other relative parameters. The two comparable house price have a big price difference. Up to now, we are talking about the two phenomena in a normal housing market. One is the price change in between the house buying and selling market and the rental market, and its relationship. The phenomenon, or we call it theory, is more appropriate, is the importance of a property's location. Now I start to talk about what the U.S. housing market looks like during the COVID-19. If you all remembered, approximately back to 2017, the U.S. central bank started to increase the interest rate. More and more people start to observe and is reluctant to jump into the housing market at that time. However, during the COVID-19, housing market was originated until going to the periodical summit in 2022. What phenomena we saw in normal housing market disappeared. Instead, both buying, selling, and rental market price going up in a great matter, and what we call the location's boundary become ambiguous, even in the high interest year. Just mentioned back to 2017, at that time the interest rate is not as higher as the interest rate during the COVID-19. Most people took the option to stop jumping into the market. However, with a higher interest rate, more and more people were jumping into the market during the COVID-19. And this phenomenon expands to rental market. The price relationship in between the buying and selling market and the rental market is not negative relevant anymore. It's become positive relevant. I believe everybody is familiar with how important the negative result means during the COVID-19. At the time we need to take the COVID test, definitely it means you are healthy and have not been infected. The same for the housing market. We don't talk too much about the reason behind it, but one thing I'm for sure, injecting vaccine doesn't work for the housing market. When somebody got ill, surely it takes time to get recovered. At this point, the same as the housing market. Got a high fever during the COVID-19, about 41 or 42 degrees. The two phenomena we have already talking about. Based on my understanding, big price jump between the housing buying and selling market and the rental market without regional boundary absorb part of the housing profit margin in the future. Some people may ask how far the future is. It really depends on how positive factors contribute to future economic growth, like a decrease of the interest rate, for instance. Actually, we are experiencing a process from abnormal back to the normal. I believe the result will be okay. Some people may say, I don't want to experience the process. Show me the result. Sorry, it's not going to happen in this world. See my background pictures? I hold the posters so long time. Got some retired. Money or not earning money is not my top concern. Let me take a fully seated position and have a rest. Don't forget with a lovely smile. Thank you for watching and see you next time.